Hello everyone, welcome back to Lean Afros, and today we are delving into a really hot topic about interlocking bricks. This right here is what we call the interlocking bricks, and it's what we've used to create our wall or to build our wall here in the Kenyan countryside. This is Migori, Kenya. East Africa, Africa. If you're thinking about building with interlocking bricks, especially here in Kenya, stop and watch this video first. You may have heard about all the hype, but before you make that big decision, let's explore both sides of the story. Today, I'll break down the pros and cons of building with interlocking bricks so you can make the best decision for your project. So what exactly are interlocking bricks? These are compressed earth bricks that fit together like a puzzle, and they do not need any mortar in between. The idea is that they offer an easier, cheaper, and eco-friendly building solution. Sounds great, right? Well, let's take a closer look. Doesn't it look quite unique? Many are the times that we have passers-by stop over and admire this piece of artwork because it's quite unique. It's the first of its type here in the village. Its beauty is undeniable. One of the biggest pros is the cost. Building with interlocking bricks can save you a lot of money, especially when it comes to reducing the amount of cement used. You see, you do not need mortar to bind the bricks together when you're building, that is. But when you're creating the blocks, you do need to use soil, sand, and cement in given proportions. But overall, the construction process is often faster, which means the labor cost is also going to be a lot cheaper. In fact, you could cut up to 30 to 40% of your building costs by choosing interlocking blocks. What do you think? Do you like what you're seeing? That was one of the things that attracted us to this option because it sounded way cheaper. Like, if you can cut your cost by half, why not? And so we went for this option. Another great advantage is the environmental aspect. Since the bricks are made from soil and they use less cement, and it's more eco-friendly that way. For those looking to build sustainably, this is a big win. Also, they're made from locally sourced materials, so you're not only helping the environment, but you're supporting the local economy as well, because all this was made from soil that we sourced right from our garden. Of course, we had to refill that later on. The interlocking part means that the bricks fit in quite snugly, perfectly like a jigsaw puzzle. That makes them a lot easier to handle, especially for builders who do not have a lot of experience. Can you tell that we actually did this ourselves? Most of the parts, not all. The parts that we really had to do it by ourselves because it's just putting the blocks together to fit easily column per column, because you do have to have the pillars or the columns standing to support them because the wall is quite long. So we have these pillars like the one you see at this edge to support them. But the rest of the work, it's a DIY. It's so easy for you to do it yourself. So that was a win also. Even if you do not have experience or the know-how, you can help. Of course, it's recommended that you have someone who understands what's going on, especially because of the balancing and to make sure that it's well aligned. But it has a lesser margin of error. And if you're a DIY enthusiast, even better. So you can save time, you can save on money, and you build walls quickly without worrying about getting everything perfectly level, because they're just going to fit in, and for as long as you have these pillars supporting them, then you're safe. Quite interesting, right? But now, before you run off and start building, let's hit the brakes and talk about the potential downsides, because there are a lot of them. As much as I love the idea of interlocking bricks, there's some things that you need to be cautious about. This being one of them. They break so easily. They're so delicate to handle. And so you have all these breakages that are going to mean some damages to you. And so you have all these breakages that you see right here that are not so cutesy, not so demure. They affect the look, and they also affect your pocket because you now have to go back and make all these bricks that are breaking. So the number one concern that I had from experience building with these materials is the durability. While interlocking bricks can be strong, they are not always as durable as traditional bricks, especially in certain environments. Here in the village, we have quite strong winds. And do you know what that means? Some of our bricks have been falling down, especially if, like us, you're struggling with cash and you're doing this bit by bit. So you see this pillar, we didn't have it fixed early enough, and we already had this other part of the wall already erected. See all these that we're using to level it. This is actually redone. See all the damages right there. Lots of breakages during handling. This is not even at the stage where you've already, it's the handling stage, but this was our nightmare. If you're in an area where there are extreme weather conditions, heavy rains or strong winds, this is going to be your reality. Unless you're in a position to do everything at a go, you might have to experience this. So what happens is we had strong winds, and fortunately for us, everyone was inside the house because it was about to rain heavily. And then we had this thud because the wall came down. And all we could see was dust. There was a lot of dust because of the soil that's used here. And that's how we knew that our wall had come down, literally. The whole bit of it. Do you know how that hurts? It hurts your pocket, it hurts your efforts. All the time you spent doing this work goes to waste. And there lies our soil, cement, labor cost, days of sleepless nights, because making these interlocking blocks takes a lot of effort. I don't know whether it's because we were not experts, but for us, it took a lot of effort. But unfortunately for us, we had lots and lots of losses. So durability is a concern. I'll not lie to you. If you were to go for the blocks, the other blocks or the stones, you wouldn't experience such losses. Here, we also had erected a shelter for the bricks. See all these wooden parts? This was the shelter covered with the papers. But what happened is when the rain came and it was a lot and the blocks that were on the lower side got wet, it all came down. We can laugh about it now, but when you wake up to this nightmare, it's not a laughing matter. Also, look at the wall. Do you see all those kind of holes, poruses? It's so porous on this side, unlike the smooth side that we saw on the exterior, because the direction of the rain was hitting the blocks quite hard and it damages it. So you do need to do proper waterproofing if you do not want such things to occur. See the difference between this one that was erected recently and the other one that has been beaten by the rains? There you go. So because the interlocking bricks are so porous, they're more prone to damage from the rain. For the heavy rains, that's what you experience unless you do proper sealing, which we have not yet done. So the thing is, after you're done, you should do a waterproof finish, and it's like a furnish which does not allow water to get into the bricks, but to just fall off smoothly. Failure to which you'll have to deal with all these erosions you see right here, and of course that's going to affect the durability of your wall once again. So this is the new wall that we had to redo after the previous one went down on us. Another limitation is aesthetics. While they do look good, and easy to do to build. They have a distinct look that if you do not desire it, it may not fit your the aesthetic you're looking for. So in that case, if you want smooth or sleek modern finishes, you'll still need to plaster or finish the walls, which will increase the cost after all. Let me show you how easily you can build this. Going back to the advantages on this one, I just had to show you. Imagine this is something that the kids did right here. See? Let me just focus better so that you have a clear view of what was happening right here. So this is how the blocks are made. They have these designs that lock in perfectly. They have the lower side. Let me show you just in a bit. See how delicate they are? They're still breaking. So there you go. That's how they look on the lower side. Can you see that? This one was perfectly made, and if it was used immediately, it could have been just perfect. So just slide it on the other top just like that, and you're done. So easy. Anyone can do this. That's the best part about this. If you're so broke or you're so limited in resources, you can actually decide to just DIY it. These are the better blocks that were preserved in a better way, and they didn't fall, and they're looking so cutesy and demure and so mindful and so ready for work, but we are yet to use them fully. Don't they look beautiful? Personally, I love the look. The decision is yours to make. Will you go for them even despite the breakages that you're seeing here? You're gonna have to experience lots and lots of breakages when handling these. But the best option could be when you make them immediately after they're dry, you just use them and you reinforce them, and you put the final finishes so that they're now just perfect. But if you're doing the construction in bits like us, be sure that you're going to incur lots of losses during handling because of the delicate nature of these blocks. This was the first wall to be made. It's still standing, it's still durable. The columns are already up. Are they called columns, these ones? They're already up, but we're yet to do the binding, the beam, the ring beam to bind on top, which will then help us to finally finish with a waterproof finish, so that now the water cannot get into the bricks. But so far so good, especially for the part that was already finished. I really do love it. But we can afford to be honest. Not everyone loves this rough look. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. So that will also affect your decision. In our case, we felt like the cons outweigh the pros, and that's why we went for these other blocks for the rest of the wall. Because especially on the front side where we do not have windbreakers, we were so afraid about the sudden falls, and so we chose these other ones. I hope that by doing this analysis, I've shown you the reality of using interlocking bricks or blocks for your house, and you can make the verdict yourself. Should you build with interlocking bricks? Well, it depends. If you're looking for an affordable, eco-friendly solution for a single-story structure, you're in a relatively dry region, and then interlocking bricks can be an amazing choice. I hope you found this informative if you're planning to build, or you're considering the options that you have for your wall or even for your house, and you've ever considered interlocking blocks, there you have it, the reality of my lived experience. I'm not an expert in this, so do your research, and all the best in your construction. May you start soon. Thank you for watching this far. If you've loved it, leave a like, comment down below, let me know what you thought about it, and if you've built using the interlocking blocks before, I'd love to hear about your experiences down below in the comment section. I know they do differ, but I think our greatest trade-off was the weather. We have extreme winds and strong rainfall, heavy rainfall, so to say, and that really does do us bad when it comes to building. So it needs you to be well prepared before you start constructing, otherwise you'll have to redo lots and lots of things along the way. Thank you for watching this far, and until the next one, where we'll be sharing our experiences from the Kenyan countryside. It's been me, Lynn Afros. Remember to live on the sunny side of life, always on the sunny side of life. Bye bye.